like the other fossil fuels, natural gas also has environmental impacts when we extract it. Natural gas does have one advantage, and that's that it's relatively clean burning compared to the other two fossil fuels, compared to oil and coal. It releases less carbon dioxide per unit of heat produced, and it has much less of the other nasty emissions like sulfur dioxide that coal releases. But natural gas is methane, and methane is a very powerful greenhouse gas, so every molecule of methane absorbs and holds on to more heat from solar energy than carbon dioxide, and so it causes more damage molecule to molecule than carbon dioxide. So when natural gas is being extracted, it's very important that it's not going straight into the atmosphere. That's why often they'll burn it off, because you're not supposed to just release it into the atmosphere. But leaks do happen, and they're problematic. When they're drilling a well to produce natural gas, that leaves a drill pad, and there's pipelines that have to be put into place, sometimes traveling over long distances, and so this also disturbs the environment and has an impact on the environment. And then when we talk about fracking has two big issues. One is that there's the potential to contaminate large volumes of water, and we know that on purpose they're injecting water that has other chemicals mixed into it in order to extract the natural gas. And if that water is not contained carefully, then it can contaminate other layers and other areas of aquifers. And then finally, when they do this process of fracking and they're drilling the holes down into the ground and they're injecting these liquid slurries under high pressures, it has led to small-scale earthquakes. So areas of our country that, like Oklahoma, where they just don't have earthquakes, are starting to have earthquakes. And while they are small scale, they still do damage homes, and they can cause issues to, like, the foundation of a house. So just to go into a little more detail, when fracking occurs, then they're injecting large volumes of water solution, and this water has chemicals that are added to it to help it to extract the natural gases underground. And the issue is that some of that contaminated water can escape. And right now the EPA is investigating that, and they're not finding issues of that, but they also are not saying that it won't occur, and so that's why they're checking into it. So you need to extract the water and treat it so that, so it doesn't get loose, and so it has to be recovered and treated. And here's an example of a pit where they are putting the water that has to then be treated before it can go off site.